Hi, I've been working with Robin for 10 sessions, and I just wanted to give a quick testimony about how far I've come. Um, Robin has done what I would have considered impossible a month ago, and I just can't even encourage you enough to seek her out. I found her video actually. I had binged for the very first time in the very low calorie phase of HCG, which I, of course, had to figure out how the heck I was going to fix that because it was my third round. I had binged in the stabilization phase and in between rounds, but never while in the low calorie part of the protocol. So, granted, that's not okay either. Those were all problems. But in my mind at that point, the problem was that I had binged during the low calorie phase. So I had to figure out how to fix it. Found one of Robin's videos and was just like, uh-oh, this is not good. And you just have that feeling that, okay, I knew I wasn't in a good place before. Now I know I'm really not in a good place, and I actually feel like I need to do something about it. It's kind of where I was at. So I suffered from anorexia since I was 13. I have had tendencies of restricting food. It got to a very low point during my college years, and I was nearly hospitalized because I was at such a low weight. To put that in perspective, my lowest weight to my first round of HCG, which was 2 years after that near hospitalization experience, there were 110 pounds between those two bodies. So it is, I have known both places. I have known at this point what it is like to have what I equated with my dream, what I equated with success and with love and with a family and career success and school success and all those different things. And then, that body that was worse than where I started in terms of, weight-wise, it was heavier than when I started. And in between that process of gaining all of that weight, I worked with counselors. I saw eating disorder specialists. I saw primary care physicians, naturopaths, weight loss clinics, every day under the sun trying to figure it out because all of a sudden calorie restriction just wasn't working anymore. I had gained all that weight back, and I could cut back my calories. Nothing was happening, and I was lost, and I was crazy. And I think at the end of the day, that's the biggest thing. That's what draws people to Robin is the crazy. And so I found Robin at this place where I had been diagnosed with multiple hormonal imbalances, disorder deals, PCOS, which, they said, oh, you're just going to have to battle fat forever because you have PCOS, and that's just the way that it works. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, I've been thin before. It's possible again. I'm going to find a way, right? There's the crazy speaking. So anyway, Robin was just like the reality check that I needed, and not at all what you want to hear. But I think you have to be in this special place to like find her and to start listening. And I won't lie. I went in with hopes that I was going to end up losing weight. And I had to throw those out the window really, really, really fast. But that's the thing with Robin, is that I had been in all those different places, all those different counselors, different friend groups, people with eating disorders, people without, people who have overcome them. And I didn't get anywhere. Not at all. Nowhere. They're like, oh, you're going to binge forever, but you haven't binged in 2 months, so that's a success. Like, if we can keep it to just, fewer times a year, you're always going to have anorexia. That voice is always going to be in your head. It's never going to go away. It's just with you forever. I had heard it all. You're pre-diabetic. You're probably predisposed. Like, we need to figure it out. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Because I started working with Robin, and I have not binged since our first session together. And it's not because I have any willpower, because I promise you I don't. I live a very high stress lifestyle. I was the queen of, well, I'll just starve all day and then I'll reward myself at the end of the day and eat my one meal. Or, every crazy diet out there, the paleo, the low calorie, whatever. And I'm a weightlifter. So on top of that, not eating, paired with wanting to be successful in a sport that demands that, you have that nutritional capacity, it just required something I didn't have. I needed to be listening to my body instead of trying to control it, and I couldn't figure that out. Robin just had this way of bringing it to me in a format that I could understand. It wasn't crazy scientific voodoo. It wasn't, unexplainable. Oh, you're just not allowed to binge anymore. Here's your new diet. She didn't push a new plan on me. There were no, oh, just eat more protein and you'll stop binging answers. It was a forced look at life, at my ideas and my beliefs about a lot of things, and about where success comes from, where happiness comes from, and what role weight plays in that. So Robin really challenged my thinking in a lot of areas, and it happened fast. I think of all the things that I couldn't believe, it was how fast it had happened. And that in that process, we were led to other problems and other things that needed to be discussed. And she just took it all. She took it all. We approached it all the same way we did from the beginning, and I came really far. And I can't say whether I lost weight or not. I don't really care at this point. And that's the most unbelievable phrase. My family just looks at me sometimes like, what? Like, where is this coming from? Because I've never been this way, and I didn't think I ever could be. And that's it. That's the answer. You don't come to Robin to lose weight. You come to Robin to lose your crazy. And it works. And I can attest to that you will come very far in a very short amount of time, that miracles do happen. And Robin has this way of just forcing you to look at things that I've never been told to look at in all my years of going through all these different specialists and doctors and hormone tests. And they blame it on so many things and throw so many other medications at me, and none of it worked. And I just got to this dead end where I was like, what is the problem? And, kind of sucks, but the problem was me. And there was a lot there that Robin really helped me through. So I would encourage you that if you're just on the fence about it, give it a shot. Give the consultation a go. It's not the kind of consultation where you don't learn anything and they say, oh, buy my package and I'll give you all the secrets. It's very much this is exactly what we're going to do. And you get a really good taste of what working with Robin's actually going to be like. So you can't lose anything going for it. So I definitely encourage you to do that and to give it a shot, because it's worth it. It's worth the chance.